Hello everyone, this is Vesper HBT. I've had a lot of people actually want me to do a video on making a coil and what parts I use to make a coil, so that's what this video is for. I've found some really inexpensive parts to make coils out of. Works great, no problems there. First, what you're going to want to do is start by cutting some PVC to length. Now I use a different type of PVC. I actually use the stuff that they use for the interior water lines of the house. The reason why is because it's made out of a different type of plastic. It's got a different resin in it that actually helps resonate the magnetic flux from the coil actually into the core. And what that is called, you can get it from any self-supply center, anything like that. It's an ANSI/AWWA C904. And it's safe for potable water. It's food grade. It's a very good plastic. It's also somewhat flexible, which is important. As coils may get warm and things like that, it helps keep your core solid. And I'll show you about core materials in a later video. Let's go ahead and get started. I just use a piece of cardboard as my working surface just so I don't mar my tabletop. The things that you're going to need is, of course, your pipe. Some PVC solvent, we'll cover up the product name, but just some PVC cement. You don't really need the primer. If you want to use the primer, you can. Just a little marking pen. A drill. I like to use a Forstner bit on the drill. It creates a nice round hole and very flat as well once you get finished. So that's important depending upon what types of holes that you're going to be drilling. Works well in plastic. Then what I found was a variety of these. These are just the end plugs. They're called test plugs. They go on the end of pipes and stuff to test their fitting. They pressurize the pipes. They use these as temporary plugs for the ends of the pipes. They work really well. They're very thin. This one's 25 cents. This one's 22 cents. So they're very inexpensive to make the ends of your core. I found that plastic actually works better than wood for transferring power. It just works better in my findings, but wood will work just fine. You can do the same thing. The benefit to using these also is the center holes are already found. When they make the injection molding, they have to have a center point when they're making this particular part, and that's designated by this little pin right here. So, but that little pin pokes up. It's kind of hard to drill through that, so I'm going to show you how to take care of that real quick. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So we need two ends. And on the inside of these ends, you'll notice there's a little tab right here. That little tab we're going to need to just clip off. And we're just going to do that by just taking a pair of our cutters. Again, very sharp cutters. Just go ahead and start right here in the middle. And I just clip it off about midway through. Just cut it straight through like that. And then you can either just break it off or just take your cutters again and just nip it off on the inside. You don't have to worry about getting all the way down close because when you drill through, it's automatically going to come off. So we're going to go ahead and make one end cap, and then I'll show you how the whole thing goes together. You've got that little nub that sticks up right there. Just take a piece of sandpaper and just sand that off just a little bit so it's a little bit flatter. Yeah. And then take your awl, ice pick, center punch, whatever you've got. Set it right there on the end, right there in the middle. And go ahead and poke it straight through. And you'll go ahead and get that poke straight through. You're going to take your drill after that, set it right in the middle of the hole. And then just drill straight through. And once you get it all straight through, you're all set. And then you have your hole ready to go. That slides right over your pipe, just like so. Now what I do is I take this and I set it down and I push my core all the way flat to this end. And what that does is that gives me a little projection of the field. And I've found that with the fields, it actually helps that when your magnet comes past this on your motor, that it actually gives you a better result from that end. So I've already got another end pre-done for us so that we're ready to go. And so that's basically going to be your finished coil. It's very quick, very easy, as you can see. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue this together. The length on this, just so that everybody knows, I cut these to 3.5 inches because each end of my core is a 1/2 inch, and then you have 2.5 inches for your actual windings. The longer that this is, that you can put it, and the closer you can get your windings to the core, the better flux you're going to get for driving your motors. But that's basically all there is to making a core. The next step that you're going to do is the actual solvent part, and the solvent part's going to be pretty easy to glue everything together. Solvent's pretty easy, a little bit of glue. It does not take a whole lot of glue for this. Generally what I do is I will blot off my roller or my sponge actually on the piece of cardboard. Then I just take the glue and just run it around. Slide your end on. Again, set it back so that it's going to be flush and your pipe's flush and square. And once you've got that done, it'll glue in a matter of about a minute and you're good to go. And it's rock solid. It's not going to go anywhere. It's centered, so when you put it on the coiling machine, it's ready to go. Very, very easy. The other thing that you can use if you've got them laying around and you don't want to buy these, but you do have your pipe already, you can use medicine cap lids, type that screw onto the bottles, and take those straight away off. A lot of them already have the center hole marked, or you can measure it out. And just go ahead and pop a hole through it and use it for the ends of your coils. Those work really well too. But that's pretty much all there is to it as far as making the coils. And we'll go ahead and spin one up in a later video and show you how all that works with a basic coiling machine. It's really affordable. Anybody can make it. Helps you out when you're making lots and lots of coils. But I hope that that's been helpful, and you can go ahead and make your bobbins now for your coils. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email. And the other parts that I use is I use a pair of cutters to cut my PVC. Makes them really straight. Works very, very, very well for that. The other thing that you're going to of course want is some type of tape measure so that you can measure out what you're going to use. I use a millimeter and inches tape measure. Sometimes I like to use the millimeter side. It just gets me a little more precise. Have a great day. Hope everything works well for you, and definitely come on to the TEEP forum where we're all at, and let us know how you're doing with your videos and with your motors. Take care. Bye-bye.